She's rolling.
Nice.
So I think.
Well, you gotta hope. You got me paranoid on every video now. So, welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, we're cracking open a new bottle of George Dickel Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey, number 8.
Sour mash. So that's.
Well, that's just the way they make the mash.
I don't know. Is that like.
They also do that with the bourbon and stuff. That's just what they do is they use a little bit of the old mash. That's a lot of them. They use a little bit of the old mash to help stimulate the new mash.
Does Jack do that too? Because this is filtered too, I believe, right?
I don't know if Jack.
This is
well. Funny story about this little one. Let me get into my little thing.
Stop.
So this is 80 proof. It's $32.99. They had said on one of the times when I was doing it, if you think you've never had George Dickel, there's a 98% chance you have if you've had any blended whiskey, because this is one of the most blended whiskeys out of all the whiskey. I don't know if it's an 8. So the funny thing is, you think it's an 8 year because it says 8, but it's a non-age statement. 8 means nothing, actually. It does. It's their classic 8 recipe. So they have 8 recipe, 12 recipe, different recipes. It's not an amount of years. It's just whatever recipe they actually do. So it's deceiving. They're sneaky little guys. So it's made in Cascade Hollow Distillery in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Its direct competitor is Jack Daniels. So the funny thing, after Prohibition, the person that owns this at Cascade Hollows, tried to buy Jack Daniels. And Jack was like, no, thank you. We don't want you. So Brown-Forman ended up buying them. These guys got mad. So they actually went approximately 10 miles down the road, built a distillery, and have been a direct competitor to Jack Daniels ever since. So that's basically what that. So they actually, and back in 1964, so it was back in like 1933, they tried to buy them. And then, so back in 1964, they actually rebranded their Cascade Hollow to George Dickel Tennessee Whiskey. So they are actually like a direct competitor.
That's you.
They attempted to buy Jack back in the day. Of course, Brown-Forman has bought him since then. But so they actually were I believe, in Kentucky, and so they ended up saying, I'm out. We're bringing this stuff back to Tennessee, and you're not going to get our whiskey. So now they're considered.
Don't do as good a advertising because they're not as well known.
Well, yes and no, because they are like, for people, hold on. Okay. So for people who actually do a lot of blends, Dickel is one of them. I love Dickel or I hate Dickel things. Some people say, and I probably shouldn't say it up in advance, but I already know it, so I'm going to put it in your head. Some people say they get the Flintstone vitamin smell and taste out of this.
That's a long time ago.
I know, you and me both, and we really didn't do them as growing up. We had them for a little while, but it was a short term, and we weren't very dedicated, so she stopped buying them, let's be honest. We had them for a little bit. I remember the grape one. I remember really liking the grape one. I just remember it. But some say you get that flavor out of it. But we're going to see.
Different nose. It almost has like a fruitier nose now.
I don't know off the top of my head if we've had anything that's been blended with Dickel, but I know a lot of the bigger blends have some kind of Dickel in it sometimes. You know, it's kind of like MGP, like they mass produced. So they may not be famous like Jack Daniels is famous, but they are definitely in so many things. They're doing okay for themselves, so let's put it that way.
No, but you don't hear people, I'm gonna get George Dickel. Well, let's do a shot of George Dickel. You know,
no.
It's going to be Jack Daniels.
Right, correct.
Something like that.
Correct.
Jim Beam, blah, blah, blah. It's not, you never hear this
name
come up.
Actually, it actually has a pretty
It has a good taste. It actually has a good taste.
I haven't
too.
tasted it yet.
I don't have
the nose itself.
No, the nose is.
I'm actually not
It's a fruitier taste.
It is.
It almost has a little.
I'm not so much getting a banana though. I'm
No,
trying to think
no,
what it is.
I'm more like a mapley type.
Let me try a sip so I can acclimate myself.
It has a mapley, to me, even a light maple nose. No, I have no nuts. I don't know. It's just it was smooth.
Very. I'm just.
But again, it's 80 proof.
I'm trying to see. It's gone, but it didn't have a horrible coat. Actually, it was a semi decent coat, okay coat. Not a whole mouth presence. I don't want to say it. You know, it didn't. Let me swish it around a little bit and see if it does a little
even
more aggressive.
swishing.
But it's kind of there and gone. It kind of goes away. But it's actually. I'm really trying to get that whole Flintstone vibe. Like I don't get it. I'm not getting that yet. No. Maybe it will when it opens up a little bit.
I have like a maple, smell, like a weak maple syrup smell to it. No brown sugar. That's the sweetness to me is a maple.
Yeah, I'm almost fruity. Not banana though.
No.
Like I'd be on almost like a. Something in a cherry, like I'm almost getting to me, that's just me. Like I'm on a fruit end, but it's not. I don't want to say
I'd do like a pear maple.
Maybe pear.
I could do pear maple if I'm gonna do fruit and. I'm
gonna let it because it's finally starting to get the oaty smell. The more I let it sit in the thing,
mine's not outrageous that way.
No. Like where I don't want to jump on maple yet, but.
It's a little pricey, but if you've never really had a drink of whiskey and you wanted to get into this,
super easy drinker.
Oh no, Thanks for stealing a thunder, but
no.
You know,
I apologize.
There is no churn, no mouthfeel, and if you didn't really drink this, you just started in whiskey and you wanted something different, I would pick this. To start, well over Jack Daniels. Well, everyone would go to Jack Daniels first, and they're both 80 proof.
I agree. Where Brenda was drinking, and she settled on Wild Turkey. I think this is so much easier than even the 86 that they had. Or
but again, it's probably double. But
price wise,
yeah.
Well, it's 20. Yeah, I don't know what it is for the basic one. Yeah, money wise, yes. But it's definitely
But it's not easy. It is. It's tasty. It's got a good nose.
It is changing in the glass, though.
That'd be my first thought, Dave.
I 100% agree.
We just said Woodford Reserve was another one, but I mean that's like 92 or 94 proof, so that's a step up. This is easier than that to me.
I think Woodford might have had a little more complexity of flavors.
It does.
Right. If you're just looking to drink and get it in you without making it easy.
But a new guy's not looking for that. He's just like, how do I acquire the taste? How do I acquire the flavor without getting cooked? And this really doesn't cook you.
The only thing I say with the Woodford is I think it had so much of a caramel nose that this you can almost smell alcohol. I'm not. I'm not. That's why I keep swishing it.
I'm still getting a fruity maple.
Yeah,
which is weird, and then it's even a sweet flavor going down to me.
I guess I could construe the maple if I mixed it with like that mapley oat, like if I go with a brown sugar maple oatmeal type of deal, because I get a little bit of the oat smell. Maybe there's maple on the top of that. I could go that way, where you say maple and it's in my head now.
I guess because you've really probably never been to like a true maple syrup factory type deal. Have you ever been there? Yeah. And sipped it and such.
We didn't sip it, but we seen them doing it when Ryan was in Scouts. When you actually went to them and they were
trip it out of the tree and all that.
Well, no, and then they had a
brewed it
thing. They were cooking it. We didn't sip it because we weren't there that long, but they were doing a batch. No, I know that's like super thin. It's not like the traditional, like the one you buy in the store.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, Aunt Jemima is like 10 times gooier.
Yeah.
Which it pisses Brenda off. It's funny because she's like, how come it's not like, I'm like, it's not.
No, it comes out of a tree. It's actually liquid.
They don't
boil it forever.
Whatever they add to make it thicker, obviously, they don't when you buy it from a farm. But I don't mind it.
Well, as much whiskey tube as I watch, some people are totally off put by like, nope, it's got Dickel in it. I'm missing that. I'm missing that. I'm missing the off-putting flavor and taste. I'm not getting that either. So.
And it almost wants me to go buy a small thing of Flintstone vitamins to see if I get that.
And maybe over time, like when the air hits it, it'll start getting that. I'm just not getting that off the neck pour. I'm not getting the. Some people are like, nope, I didn't like that taste then, and I didn't. I actually liked the Flintstone vitamins. I thought they were like eating candies. There was nothing wrong with them.
No, we chewed them right up.
No, but I'm not.
Okay. So we had Flintstone vitamins, or if we said a bad word, we had to have soap.
Right, yeah, Ivory soap. Yeah, you want some of that or that?
Flintstone vitamins.
Oh, that's delicious.
Yep. Or you sucked your thumb, you had to suck on Tabasco. Mm-hmm.
I was never a thumb sucker. I never had to worry about that.
I had plenty of Tabasco.
Yeah. I do now, but I never did it back then.
That's not my go-to.
I don't mind it.
Usually if you go out, like for eggs or whatever, it's always Tabasco. Or Cholula, and I'll take Tabasco over Cholula any day. But
nah, I usually ask for anything but it, but if that's all they have, I don't mind it either. This is actually not bad. Now, for $32.99, would I buy a bunch of other stuff? Yes.
I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
It's not our range.
It's not overly complex. It's not anything like that. Will I buy another one of these?
I think Woodford was the same price, wasn't it?
37. Oh, probably, and I would definitely buy. What was this again? 32. When did we put Woodford? Let me put it right behind me. $39.99.
It's $10.
No,
what's Larson?
Well,
sorry.
No, that's fine. Ooh, I almost just took down the Jameson. $39.99. They're all in that general range.
You know, if you're
Bonded was 31, I think.
If you're just starting,
Russell's is 42.
I would try it.
This Wheel Horse.
It's got a good flavor.
Wheel Horse was 27. I'd buy that over it for sure. Yeah, I think Elijah was even cheaper.
Well, what is Wheel Horse? Is that 80? Oh, that's up there, isn't it?
Wheel Horse is 34. No, I mean, Ezra is 94, and it's 34.99. I mean, no, I would buy.
Wheel Horse was what's there?
I think it's 101, wasn't it?
I was gonna say. So
I think it's 101.
Again, at someone's start, that's
yeah.
We would.
Correct. Right.
Flavor wise,
I'm not getting. When I specifically when we picked this up was for the idea that there's a lot of people that hate it.
Yeah, well,
there's a lot of people that are like, nope, it's got Dickel in it. So I really wanted to see, am I going to be one of them that hate it? I'm not. But then again, there's a lot of people that don't like rye because they always get black licorice. Now, I hate black licorice.
I don't get that either.
And I have not got that out of it yet.
I get that. You keep thinking I'm out to lunch.
You get the Scotch smell.
I do. I get that peaty smell there.
I don't get it.
And that's not a black licorice smell.
No. So, again, everything...
It helps me in my...
It affects everybody differently. But honestly, in buying this was... My sole purpose was... A, I wanted to try it. And B, I wanted to see... Am I getting the Yabba Dabba Doo in it? And I don't get it. I don't. So it's not a complex one. I wouldn't say run out and buy it. I think there's a lot of stuff other than this that might be better. Like in my end, like I would go spend $17.99 for an Evan Williams bottle in Bond over it again. You know what I mean? I could buy two for the price of one. But we got the windows open because it's hot in here. But people walking by, he's not a fan. So not bad though. I don't mind it.
Like you said, can you find something under 20?
The more I see, under the 32, I think there's other stuff.
Under 32, definitely. Yeah. Well, actually, 33.
Right. As I smell it more, though, the nose is changing.
It is.
It's starting to me, like if I'm going to do this blind, I'm almost thinking rye on the nose.
No. I don't get that. I know it's a low proof.
But I'm not getting. I'm talking straight nose. It's not giving me the traditional bourbon flavors. It's giving me a tainted bourbon flavor to me.
See, I got the maple, and
I'm not.
So
if anything, it would have been like one of the real cheap ones that we used to have.
Those were really sweet. Those noses are like heavy compared to these.
This is going to be a tough one for me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick this out in the blind because I think this is going to change.
If it goes away.
I think it's going to change
because I'm always looking for like a lower percentage alcohol with a nose, and this has a pretty good nose for me.
Okay nose. It's an okay nose. It's not like that commanding.
No, it's not a Woodford nose. It's not a Larceny nose at all.
Well, like we did the Fighting Cock or one of the other ones we did. It's
did
not any of the top shelf noses. It's kind of like a.
It's soothing. It's a softer nose.
Right.
I'm not against it.
I agree with you. For $32.99, though, I'm not going to recommend anyone run out and go get this. This is nice to have if you're having a collection because it's definitely different. But it's not. There is better for less money.
I'm trying to think though, at 80 proof for that price range. We don't, because we get a lot of rye.
Yeah, even the Black Label Evan Williams. You want to? I'll pour one right now. If you wanted to see the difference, we still have it. We don't have much of it, but we still have it. But now, so this is $14.99. I think
it is, and this is 82.
This has got to be. I don't have my spectacles. You got them over there. Just as a reference sake, we can do it. We'll do it real quick.
Whoa, Mayday!
I didn't mean to zing it that much, but there you go. So. I believe, just the Black Label.
It's 86.
86.
For half.
For half the money. And right off the rip, without even really spinning it.
The nose isn't far.
It's a lot more. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're getting a whole lot more caramel out of this one. Like, to me, this was a fun. Now, go back and smell that. It's a lighter, funkier smell. I wasn't getting that.
I have that light, like maple syrup here.
I don't want to call it maple syrup, though.
Do you have homemade stuff, or are you still doing it on Jemima?
I don't eat
Betty Crock.
I don't really eat syrup. We actually have a 100% Vermont maple syrup that we never opened up, but she's allergic to it, so we just never opened it.
Surprise!
I should just pour it all over my food. Don't say that on TV.
I'm going to get in trouble, too.
Yeah. Oh, I think this has a better nose, though. Dickel does have a weirder nose. I haven't tried a sip of it yet. But, this is $14.99. You can't get any cheaper than that one. Let me try a little sip.
We really never dumped on that one, though.
No, I've always liked it.
And we got a different one in the bag of tricks that I can't wait to try.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot more complexity when you're drinking that, the Evan Williams. And people, when you say this is 100% smoother, it goes right down. There's no bounce. There's no rye spice. There's no heat.
There's
Evan Williams gives you a little. It's a little elbows on the way down coming down. It doesn't just drink down. It's a lot more aggressive. I give you that. Smoothness wise, you ain't gonna beat that.
If you were a starter,
no. I will.
And you want to entertain, and it's a different bottle.
Yep.
And it's not on a bottom shelf.
Dickel runs your pickle. You can't beat that. You know what I mean?
I'm not against it.
No, I wasn't against it in the beginning.
It's a 2-for-1. Yes.
If you have the money and you want an easier drinker, hands down, that definitely works.
It's definitely an easy drinker.
They're really not that off on the nose, though. When you smell nose to nose,
that's why I'm mixing. Sorry.
Honestly, they're really not.
No. And there was a little more heat in the Evan.
There's actually more heat in that. Yeah. Yep.
But
in a cheaper one.
And it would, because it's 86 and 80. But
I'll be interested. We won't give up. I can't wait.
Smell them combined. That's actually really good.
I can't wait to compare it to the other one to see the difference. So that can be hanging around. We got something to compare it to. We'll have to break it out in the near future.
I'm not against it.
I'm not. If you have the money to $32.99, I don't think we've drank one that's an easier drinker.
I might have to agree.
You know what I mean? It's not, to me, it's not offensive. Leave a comment down below if you guys get that. What people consider a nasty.
Yeah,
I don't get anything offensive about this. I think this is like.
Actually, if you mix them now, then it actually upped it a little.
I'm gonna do it. He wants mixing.
You don't have to. It actually made.
We're done with the comparison.
Made a pretty good little. Now it's pretty tasty.
Well, I don't think you're supposed to mix an expensive one with a cheap one and make it better. I don't think that's how that works. That's why I say, in all reality, when you're going less cash, more mash, I'm thinking Evan Williams Black Label would have done the trick. But if you can afford it, this is hands down smoother to drink.
Or if you don't want to be turned off right off the bat, because of the harshness, I would go here and spend the extra. What is it? It's $20.
Mm-hmm. It's a 2-for-1.
But people don't think like that. You know, okay, it's I know we do. But
I'm cheap. I do.
Okay, they're coming over for Thanksgiving. I need to get a whiskey for Uncle Bill.
Right.
And he doesn't really drink whiskey, but he wanted to try
it. And it has an 8, so it looks like it's an 8-year whiskey. So he's going to be like, oh, it's super smooth. No, granted, they tricked me because I thought it was an 8-year whiskey until I did research and I realized it's not. No, exactly. I didn't realize it. You put a big 8 on it. I'm assuming it's an 8-year whiskey.
He's told me this a few times. No, it's a 12-year. He's like, hey, yes, it's not a 12-year. No. It's just a 12. Whatever the 12 is.
Well, I got this one, and there's one coming up. Got a 12 on it. And when I did the research, they're like, it's probably 8 if best. This is a non-age statement. I assumed it was an 8-year. It's got a big red 8. But nope, that's not what it means.
We have a few.
No, again, that's the fun thing, and a lot of people have done it. If you want to see that, leave a comment down below. But a lot of people have done like certain words that mean stuff and certain words that mean nothing. And even this, you see that. Don't tell me you don't think that's an 8-year. That's an 8-year, but it's not.
No, because I think we have a 12 up here that we thought was a 12, and it's not.
And that's just it. So it's.
And I'll be honest.
Good for them.
There's times when I shop, especially if I don't have glasses, it is all about a glass or a bottle or a shape or color.
Marketing looks
neat. We don't have it. Let's try it.
Marketing is everything. I bought 2 paint cans down there that tasted like dog water.
And I laugh every time I see them.
And I kept them. They're empty. I kept them just because. And they tasted horrible, but I 100% bought them because of marketing. So marketing works.
That's just like that one. We're going to have to get it.
The Will It? Yeah. I think that one's actually not bad, though.
But who had, it's just one of them bottles.
It's a fancy bottle. I don't know if it'll fit on a shelf, but it's a fancy bottle. Figure it out. So, all right. Well, there you go. Here is our George Dickel Tennessee Sour Mash Classic 8 recipe. That's where they get your classic and recipe. So when you don't have the spectacles on and you can't see it, you just assume it's an 8-year. And I'm like, oh, 8-year for $32? That's a deal.
I missed the Flintstone.
I don't hate it.
Live.
I don't have the negative. Like some people are just, no, that's good. I've watched the Bourbon Junkies. It's bourbon night. They're like, oh, it's got Dickel in it. Like they'll pick it right out. And I'm like, I don't see what they're picking out. Like I'm not getting it. Maybe when this opens up a little bit, maybe we'll be like, oh, that's what they were talking, And again, we try to give you the best review we can, but sometimes it really has to breathe. It really does make a difference. And I noticed some of the other people.
I still don't get Flintstones out of this.
No.
Now I get more maple out of this.
I can almost see where you're getting the maple when I'm smelling this glass, but I did pour Evan Williams in it. But I don't know.
I'd say give it a shot, especially if you're just starting.
If that's
and
if 80 is your proof and 32 is an okay money, give it a shot. It's not. I don't think it's offensive.
If you're in high school, this is not going to be for you.
No, go get Evan Williams Black Label. It's $14.99, and I recommend that over Jack.
I get Bottle and Bond before that.
Well, Bottle and Bond's $1 more. You know what I mean? Depends how much money you got. You know what I mean? But I agree with you.
You're going to have fun and do shots. I get Bottle and Bond.
Hence why I used to buy 100 proof, or was it 125 Dr. McGillicuddy's instead of the regular one? Remember you used to get the doctor?
No, I don't remember any of that.
I do. I remember it was in the fridge downstairs when he took off. I remember that. You used to get the doctor, but there was a step up. I think it was 100, 125.
Someone spent the extra money.
Wasn't me.
I come back and it was gone.
I just ran downstairs and drank it because he wasn't there. So there you go. But all right, there it is. There's our George Dickel. I was excited to try it.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm glad we have it. It doesn't offend me at all. No. I don't think I'm going to be able to pick that out in a blind though. I got to say, if this changes at all,
I almost
want to say rye. But it doesn't taste like a rye on a nose.
No, I don't get the rye.
It's got a funky smell. It doesn't.
See, well, that's you. To me, I would get. See, the whiskey bourbon always is a twist because it's like, since some of them say bourbon whiskey, so then it's like, which one is it?
Well, this is just a straight whiskey too. I would almost, if it settles into the bourbon, I would say bourbon.
I'm not getting that whole.
I am now, but we mixed it with the Evan Williams, so now I'm off. But I'm getting more of taste.
So we don't have a lot of 80 proof up there, so that would stand out. Even mixing it, it doesn't pepper like a rye. So I'd say
you'd get the proof, but I don't know if I'd guess.
Dave,
I would guess bourbon.
So Dave, here's another one. You have the money, $32.99. Easy sipper, no harshness. You said you wanted to try something to start. This would be another one. And it'd be, I know I told you Woodford, but that's a higher proof. This would be even easier than that one.
This is pretty much, out of everything we did, it's probably one of the easiest sippers we had, honestly.
I agree.
It really is. It's
smoothest wise.
Super easy drinker. Super easy drinker. It really is. So if that's what he's looking for to try to get into it, oh yeah, I would agree. I think this would probably be the easiest, less, like, but it doesn't last, but in a good taste. Much like my friend's father that was saying, he's like, I drink Jameson because he wants to drink it and he wants it to go. He doesn't want it to coat. He doesn't want it to last. This just goes down. This with a flavor.
I'm telling you,
but it goes down
like a maple leaf flavor.
Hard to tell.
Syrupy flavor. Well, I don't know.
All right. So unless I add more, George Dickel, Tennessee, classic 8 recipe. I don't not recommend it. Just know it's $32.99 and give it a try. I don't think it's offensive in any way. I'll be interested. Leave a comment down below if you guys get that. I will 100% go back to this in the near future. Yeah. Because I want to see if
it won't travel. None of these from late have not been traveled.
Maybe the Flintstone will come out. Like, I don't know. But I'm not getting that.
I'm going to almost have to get Flintstones. It's been a while.
Oh, God, it's been... We're old now.
Yeah, I want to say we're talking 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
Or better.
Oh, yeah. So...
40 years.
Yeah. No. I
40 and 35.
Yeah, I'm up there. So we yeah, no, it's been a lot of years. So I don't know. I'm not getting that off-putting where people like, I don't like Dickel. I don't mind it. So.
I agree.
All right. There it is. We'll leave it at that. So... Thank you for watching.
Subscribe.
Spend less. Drink more. Cheers.
Cheers.
Neighbor's coming in.
I don't. That's why I was hoping you were in. That's still easy. And that's even mixed.
It really is.
And that's 86.
I think I like it better with the Evan Williams in it, though.
I said that too.